Hello students, till our last part of data handling, we have studied about how to calculate mean, median and mode of a given data. Also we have seen how to give a pictorial representation of a given data in the form of a bar graph. And we have solved exercise 3.1, 3.2 and 3.3 which is based on these topics. In this part of data handling, we will study about the probability of occurrence of an event, and also we solve exercise 3.4 which is based on this. So let us start. First we will study about probability. So the probability of occurrence of an event means what is the possibility or chance of occurrence of that event, and it is defined as number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. Let us take an example to understand it. Suppose we are throwing a coin. Then students, you know that a coin has two faces. On one face it is head, while on the other face it is tail. So when we throw a coin, then the favorable outcome of head is 1, because there is only one head in the coin. And in the same way, favorable outcome of tail is also 1, because there is only one tail in a coin. So we can write favorable outcome of head is equals to 1, and in the same way favorable outcome of tail is also equals to 1. But students, when you throw a coin, then you are not sure that what will come on the top surface of the coin after landing. That is, it will come either the head or tail as well. That's why the total number of outcomes in throwing a coin is 2, that is head and tail. So we can write here total number of outcomes is equals to 2. Now using the formula that probability of occurrence of an event is defined as number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes, we can find what is the probability of occurrence of head as well as tail when we throw a coin. So let us use this formula and try to find the probability of head and tail. So we can write probability of occurrence of head is equals to number of favorable outcome of head, number of favorable outcome of head divided by total number of outcomes. So you know the favorable outcome of head is 1 and total number of outcome is 2. That is, we can say the probability of occurrence of head is 1 by 2. In the same way, probability of occurrence of tail is equals to number of favorable outcome of tail divided by total number of outcomes. So here you know that the favorable outcome of tail is 1 and the total number of outcome is 2. So again, the probability of occurrence of tail is also 1 by 2. That is, we can say when we throw a coin, then the probability of occurrence of either head or tail is equal, that is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Now students, we will solve exercise 3.4. So our first question is tell whether the following is certain to happen, impossible, can happen, but not certain. So we have to categorize these statements among certain to happen, impossible, and can happen, but not certain. So let us see each statement one by one. So our first statement is you are older today than yesterday. So it is obvious that because you are growing day by day, that is you are becoming older day by day. So we can categorize it as certain to happen because it will definitely happen. Now let us see second statement. A tossed coin will land heads up. Now students, a coin has two faces. On one face there is head, while on the other face there is tail. So you cannot be sure that when you toss a coin and it will land up with heads on the top surface. So it is possible that it will come head, but it is also possible that it will come tail. So we can categorize it as can happen but not certain. Can happen but not certain. Our third statement is a die when tossed shall land up with 8 on the top. So students, a die has 6 faces, and on each face there is a number starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That is, there is no number like 8 on any face of the die. So it is not possible that when we toss a die and it will land up with a number 8 on the top. So it is impossible. Now let us see the next statement. The next traffic light seen will be green. So we are assuming that the next traffic light will be green. It might happen that the next traffic light will be red. So we cannot certain that it will happen. So it is categorized as can happen but not certain. Can happen but not certain. And the last statement is tomorrow will be a cloudy day. So again we are assuming or we are predicting that the tomorrow will be a cloudy day. It might happen that it will be a sunny day. So it will happen, but this is not certain to happen. So this statement can be categorized as can happen but not certain. Not certain. The next question from the exercise 3.4 is, there are 6 marbles in a box with numbers from 1 to 6 marked on each of them. Then we have to calculate what is the probability of drawing a marble with number 2. And the second one is what is the probability of drawing a marble with number 5. So in order to solve these questions, we will use the formula for probability of occurrence of an event as number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. So let us solve each of them one by one. So first, in order to find the probability of drawing a marble with number 2, we have to see the favorable outcome of the marble with number 2. As you can see, it is given in the question that there are 6 marbles in the box with numbers marked on them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we can say that there is only one marble with number marked 2 on it. So the favorable outcome of drawing a marble with number 2 is equals to 1, as there is only one marble with number marked 2 on it in a box. But the total number of outcomes is 6. Total number of outcomes is equals to 6. Why? Because there are 6 marbles in a box. Hence, we can define the probability of drawing a marble with number 2 is equals to favorable outcome of drawing a marble with number 2, that is 1, divided by total number of outcomes, that is 6. So 1 by 6 is the probability of drawing a marble with number 2. In the same way, we can solve the second part as, again you know, the probability of drawing a marble with number 5 is also 1, because there is only one marble with number 5 marked on it in the box. So we can write favorable outcome of drawing a marble with number 5 is equals to 1. But again, the total number of outcome is 6. As you know, there are 6 marbles in the box. Now we will use the same formula. Probability of drawing marble number 5 is equals to favorable outcome of that marble, that is 1, divided by total number of outcomes, that is 6. So 1 by 6 is the probability of drawing a marble with number 5. Thank you, students. Rest of the questions you have to solve by yourself. Thank you.